is an aura clearing for the monk. So I'll go ahead and start with the first crystal that I pulled. This is my lepidolite, and the color kind of washed out of it, so it doesn't really look like lepidolite anymore. But originally it was like a gray-blue kind of color. And this was the crystal that I used to surround the room when I built the sphere. This was the crystal that I used to surround myself in positive energy, to surround you in positive energy. And I'm going to go ahead and look up the meaning in a minute, but when I was surrounding you in the energy, well, there was a lot of blocks coming up. I actually didn't remember if this was going to be an aura clearing or what it was. I didn't remember what you had ordered. So I was kind of glad when I saw it was an aura clearing, because there were a lot of blocks coming up. So this almost felt, though, like it was causing like regeneration. It even almost had a sense of like DNA kind of regeneration, but some of this felt like a physical kind of regeneration. But on the other hand, some of this really felt etherical. It felt almost like rebuilding a chakra type of thing and helping to release some stuff by doing that, helping to release some kind of deep stuff by doing that. And specifically with the throat, there was some stuff coming in about the throat, but I'm going to get into that in a minute. So let's see here. Lepidolite. We'll see what some of the other meanings are. Okay, this makes sense for some of the other stuff that was coming up during the code name, which I didn't get into yet. Okay, it's a stone of calm, trust, and acceptance. Has a strong, relaxing, balancing, calming effect. It brings hope in dark times by lending a sense of balance and calm. It's a strong stone of transformation in that it helps one get through transitions with trust that everything will ultimately turn out for the best. It engenders and enhances self-love, patience, and optimism. Psychically, it's used for dream work, rebirthing, and is also good for dream recall. It softens the impact of this kind of gnosis so that the information can be recalled calmly. Okay, I'm going to see if there's anything else I need to read here. This is saying it's primarily related to the heart chakra, the third eye, and the crown chakras. But this does have a bit of a blue color to it as well. And I know that this is also coming in for your throat. Okay, so the other thing here is it's just saying it deals with stress and anxiety. Its general energy seems to take a soft hand and wipe away much, if not all, of that stress and anxiety. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with the reading. Also, at the beginning, I was playing throat chakra music also. So right away, I knew there's something about the throat. Okay, so what do I get into here? Okay, so I'm going to get into some of the other things that were coming up during the code name. So there were some blocks coming up when I was retrieving that. There were also like some gifts coming up when I was retrieving that. I pulled some runes here also. The first one I pulled was Gibo, which actually means gifts. This they were talking more about your physical kind of mental gifts though, and with your personality and things like this more than like psychic gifts. Okay, I'll go ahead and get into the next rune. So this is Awaz, and this symbolizes the yew tree. And this has some different meanings and things, but the yew tree in general, it was the tree in mythology that was kind of at the heart of everything, all of the 9 worlds. And so it was kind of like a portal to these places in a way that everybody could tap in basically to everything. And 9 is really like a completion number. And so it has to do with the all. And so this is really saying that you, in this reading anyway, because like I said, there are a lot of meanings with this. This isn't really one of the official meanings, but I'm more going by yew tree and just what I feel. But this is really saying that you are tapped into the all that is. This is something that you have tapped into, and you have kind of a foothold there. On the other hand, this is a very masculine rune also. It has to do with strength and reliability and a lot of good masculine things. But some of the energies that were coming through when I was getting the code name was almost, in a sense, a little bit more of like harsher male kind of energies that you've tapped into, that you've kind of grew up with a sort of way of being that's kind of programmed into you. And then on the other hand, you have Perth here. So Perth is a cup, and Perth is all about feminine energy. It's all about receiving, and it's all about gentleness, and really kind of the opposite type of energy here. And so this is also indicating like a balance that needs to be had. And this is something that your awakening is going to cover. So even though you're awakening, you might feel like you're already awakened. There are different types of awakening. You know, there are different levels, different stages of awakening. And that's really the word that I'm getting. This is almost part of your awakening to who you are and to an understanding of yourself. But so there were some different things coming in with gifts. First, they were talking about some blocks, which I'll get into in a minute, but then they were saying he does also have some gifts that we want to bring up. And one was, they were saying your ingenuity. Get a little water here. Your ingenuity, and so you're very inventive. You can think outside the box. You have like an expanded view. You have the ability to look at things from a different angle. And I'm getting the word paradoxes and kind of see like paradoxes, also see underlying problems, see the source of problems, the source of things positive, the source of things negative. And they're saying some things come from the same thing. This is a paradox in and of itself. So they're saying that you have an eye for things, the way the world runs, the way it works, and the systems influencing it. So they're saying that you're very smart. You're mentally capable of actually thinking, they're saying. As they're saying, intellect, it can mean different things, you know, in this society. Okay, they're basically they're basically saying in a kind of funny way, but they're basically saying that you can. Okay, this is just coming in. So I'm gonna say it, but they're basically saying that you can really be a dumbass and have what people would call intellect, but you're really not that smart. You just think that you are, or you have like school smarts, or maybe you're a scientist who doesn't really believe in anything um, except in a very logical, practical way. And you have what they would call intellect, but at the same time, you're not really thinking in a way outside of the box. You're just thinking in this way that you've been programmed by society to think. So they're saying you're not that smart because you're not that open yet. So they're saying that your ingenuity comes from the ability to have an open mind. Okay, so they're reminding me of the other thing that they said. The other thing that they said was they actually showed me they showed me like an earring, like a hoop, on your left ear, which doesn't really look like you have in your pictures. So this isn't necessarily a physical thing, um, not necessarily, but um, they were giving me this almost this energy, like this almost rebellious kind of energy a little bit, and they were saying that they liked that about you. However, they were saying that is also a gift. They were putting that in the gift category here. That is something that they like about you, and this also has to do with you seeing outside of the box and you feeling comfortable with those things that you're observing. You're comfortable in knowing things that others don't really know. You're comfortable with being different to a certain degree, they're saying, to a certain degree. But at the same time, they're saying that you have these programs that sort of help you to be like others or fit in with others in a way. So they're saying in the way that you can fit in, you do fit in, but they're saying that you haven't really found your place yet because those are from programming. So the way that you're fitting in, they're saying that it really has to do with male programmings and the way that society conditions you to be. So they want you to come out of that. So one of the things, okay, I feel like I can put these runes away. I'm going to go ahead and put these away. So one of the things that they were also mentioning in the code name, and they were giving me these in smaller snippets, you know, and now in the reading it's being like expanded upon, but they're just reminding me of little things that were kind of coming in quickly. But one of the things, where am I starting with this? Okay, but one of the things was in your throat chakra. There was like the first word that came through was sadness, and it was right around here, right at the throat chakra. And the throat chakra itself actually has a regenerative energy to it. it is regenerating, and this throat chakra, it is like it is revitalizing, but it's also mentally it supports these things that they brought up. Mentally, it definitely supports true intellect and looking at things outside the box and also voicing your opinion. But one of the things that was coming in was that right now you're actually kind of over expressive. So there's a little bit too much masculine energy that needs to be balanced out. And you need to root yourself to the earth and ground and center and balance and just achieve a level of harmony that you haven't had before, a level of inner harmony. So a level of peace that you haven't really acquired yet or attained yet, at least not consciously. Okay, but so this word coming in, sadness, with the throat chakra, and I could feel like pain. I felt this pain in the throat chakra, and I'm not talking about physical pain here. I'm talking about like an emotional pain, emotional responses to situations and people that made you mad, and different things are stored in here, and there's hurt stored in here. And some of it has to do with past lives for sure, but a lot of it was actually accumulated in this one. But yeah, that was the other thing that came in quickly, was this feeling like you hold on to these things. And so that's why I was saying a lot of this is stored here in the throat chakra, and you're storing it. So you kind of, I'm getting the feeling from them, even consciously to a degree, you hold on to things. They're even saying to a large degree, but they're saying that you might not be aware that you are actually holding on to it, that you're in effect holding on to it, but you are. So they're saying like judgments. They're even saying like name calling. But they're also saying that this can actually be in your head, not only out loud. So mental responses, but they're also saying specifically judgmental mental responses. But they're saying that this comes from the pain that you have, other pain that you're holding, and it's reflected in this way where you can see it, or you can think it. So you can see it, you can hear it, you can feel it. You're aware of it in your behaviors, they're saying, in some of them. And they're saying, they're not saying this is all you are, not remotely, but what they're saying, obviously, but what they're saying is, so you have more to give, more to offer. The reason that they're bringing this up is simply so that you can see it, so that you can reflect on it. So self-reflection, that's what they want you to do. Really calm down and sit with yourself. Calm down. They're repeating that. That's really the key word here. And actually, this was coming in with the lepidolite. When I looked up the meaning, it was going on about calmness. Okay, so I have turquoise here. I'm going to go ahead and look up turquoise now. I know turquoise has to do with the throat also. I remember that. Uh, I know it had to do with the throat from another reading recently where I had to look this up. Okay, here we go. They have a strong effect within the throat chakra, and they may aid you to manifest clairaudience and clairvoyant abilities, and they help to balance your male and female aspects. Okay. The distinct vibration of these stones resonate within the throat and third eye chakras, allowing you to access, or I'm getting from them, release past life knowledge. So release things, but they're saying not only from past lives, but things that you have accumulated in this one. So this is going to help you with that too, releasing those things. But this is helping specifically with balancing the male and female aspects. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and surround you with this energy, and that'll start the clearing, but we're going to continue a lot with the reading also. And talk about what specifically you need to be clearing and what you need to focus on yourself after the reading to continue the clearing. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and surround myself first. There's a really grounding energy with this stone coming in. Okay. Very calming. Whoa. So I'm starting on you. Whoa. Right now I'm starting at your head. I'm up at the crown chakra. So this how they're saying you need to balance your receiving aspect, your feminine aspect. This is having an effect on your crown chakra also, because this is very much a receiving chakra. Very, very much. This is about connecting to information that wants to pass down through you. So they're saying that you have a lot of information here on your own, and you have received some for sure, but they're saying a lot of the information you have comes from past lives. They were saying that second, but they were saying a lot of it comes from you thinking, you understanding things by what you hear and see, what you look at. So you have a natural understanding of things that you observe. and things that you experience or things that you watch other people experience and hear other people experience. They're saying even watching TV, you can see how society runs, how it works, how it's influenced, etc. But they want you to receive more from them. Like they're saying spontaneous downloads, but then they're also saying spontaneous instructions. They're saying part of the reason you're unsure almost what to do right now or what path to be going down, because they are saying that you're a little bit unsure of that. They're also saying, or you should be, because they're saying that this isn't really where you're going to be in the future. Not if you really tap into yourself. So they're saying that you could be still going down this road in the future, this path in the future, or if you tap into yourself more, this is going to change. This path is going to change. This is actually one of the meanings of AWAS also. That there's a change in path or directions that opens up. Okay, so let me go ahead and continue here. So I'm coming down the right arm now, the right hand. There's some blocks here, but it's passing through a bit more easily. I do get a feeling that there are some blocks that they're just not getting into. But there aren't as many on that side though, in some ways. Like you're using it more, the energy is flowing out of it more. So that can help to clear it up, but at the same time, you're not always using your energies in the right ways as far as like what you're manifesting in things. Now on the left side here though, so you're not always using the energies in the right ways, but still the energy is flowing, you know. And they're saying sometimes you are. This is not always. This is sometimes. This is not always. So they're saying there are positive things too. This is why they were bringing up the gifts. There are a lot of positive things that they see with you. But they're saying since this is an aura clearing, we have to get to these negative things. Because they want to help you. They want to guide you. And they want you to look at these things. They want you to reflect on these things. Oh, it's 11:11. I don't normally do readings this early in the day. In fact, a lot of the time I'm not even up this early in the day. But it's 11:11 a.m. All right. There's like a really almost heavy energy on the left side. It just feels like it's filled. Here again, stored stuff. Well, this is why there's this block with receiving. there's already so much stored stuff. So there's a lot of emotions and things that have got to be released. Like they were saying, there's pain and different things that you're holding on to. There's also a lack of grounding or understanding where your place is. This comes from the root chakra, and this can be a symptom of lack of grounding, not really knowing where you fit. Even if in some ways you feel grounded because you're exerting yourself physically, and that can make you obviously more grounded to do that. But at the same time, it's like a person can be more grounded from eating a bunch of heavy meat. But is that necessarily the best way to ground? No, not really. So there is this block with grounding as well, and with receiving. But a lot of this is starting at the throat chakra. There are some regenerative energies that you have stored up in your solar plexus, actually, that can help to sort of blast this. You can do this with visualization. So you can see like your solar plexus chakra is filling up with like a bright yellow light, and then it's just coming up, and it's just like they're saying, like forcefully clearing this stuff out of your throat. It's almost like attacking this stuff in your throat. But they're also saying, but you also have to actively work to not judge others. You have to actively work to be more silent so that you can receive more. And this was something that came in again quickly during the code name, was this sense that your reality is actually much more silent. And maybe that would be something that people might expect the reality to be like, but not necessarily. Yes, the reality is in a sense the all, but at the same time, because it's tapped into the all. So yes, it is one with everything. It is part of everything. It is everything in that sense. However, at the same time, it's its own unique expression. So it's the real you, but it's not the real everybody else at the same time. It is in the sense, like I said, of being tapped into everyone else. So it contains all knowledge, but at the same time, it is itself. It's the real you. And so different people, you know, they can have a different calling. They can have a different reality. They can have a different purpose. Everybody's reality is called to do different things and to be different. Everybody's reality is unique. But this is why, this is why with the code name, the monk, that's why that was coming in, because they were sending me this energy like, actually, your reality is actually pretty quiet. The real you is very calm, and they're giving me the word surrendering. Like your reality lets go. It surrenders. It drops things. It doesn't care what people think. They're saying that in society, it's like for a male, you have to exert yourself in a certain way. You have to be tough. And you have to be seen as the winner. You have to be seen as the one with the most strength, but mentally too. Not only physically, mentally too. Emotionally, you have to hold on to things. Emotionally, you have to be more closed off. You have to push others away. So they're saying that these are some of the masculine programmings that you have to work through, they're saying. So they're saying we're showing you them, we're talking about them so that you can reflect on them, so that you can work through them, so that you can uproot them. But they're saying, but you do this by actually actively attempting to come out the loser in a lot of ways. When it comes to like verbal debates or being on top. Okay, they're saying they're not talking about winning at poker. You were asking this question earlier. They're saying they don't mean in that way. They're more talking about, so they're not saying, actively try and lose money or some shit like that. No, they're saying like in a way where you can show someone, I'm better than you, I'm smarter than you, I'm more this, more that than you. So they're saying to encourage others, don't cut them down, really strive to do that in your own head also. They're saying think nothing at all or think something positive. And they're saying to remember that it's a reflection of yourself. You're judging yourself. And so they're saying to get in tune with this pain that you have, this sadness that you have, where you felt pushed away, and don't push others away out of it. As they're saying, this is just a reaction you've been programmed to have. So they're saying to instill in yourself a peace and an understanding and let go of this hurt that you have. And they're saying to do that with meditation. And they're saying all throughout the day, you can get in a calmer, more relaxed place. They're saying you can use crystals to help you do this. There are some that have come up during this reading. So the turquoise, the lepidolite especially. I have some other crystals here as well. I don't know if I should get into those yet. Okay, I'm gonna finish going up the left side with the turquoise, then I'll get into those. Okay. But I'm actually over. I'm looking at my time now and I'm actually over. This is okay because you have a second reading. Okay, I'm going to go a couple more minutes here. Just try and finish this out just a little bit more, and then maybe we'll just do the next one for like 20 minutes instead of 30, something like that. Okay. So there were a lot of blocks down by the foot and the leg. Then around the stomach and the arm, there weren't as much, at least that I was bumping into. And on the arm, not as much. But now when I come to the hand, there is. So again, this has to do with where to place your energies and what activities to be doing now. Now coming up to the left shoulder, there is some stuff going on as I get nearer to the throat chakra. So I'm just going to send the energy straight into the shoulder. Okay, again, I felt this earlier and I don't think I said it, but again, I feel my lower back and I feel it on the left side. The left side, um, the left side, but the lower back. The lower back has to do with support. A lot of times it has to do with emotional support, like family support. And the thing about the shoulder is that the shoulder is connected more to like people who have come before you. So this can have to do with family also. So what hurts are you holding on to from family specifically? And somebody male specifically. And this is somebody in the family, just because it's related to the shoulder and someone before you, I'm going to suggest probably like a father, someone like this, somebody older than you. Whoa. And someone who taught you some of these ways to behave and these programmings that you have. Okay, so I'm not going to get into the other crystals this time. I just don't feel like that is as important. I really feel like the two that I brought up were the most important for the reading. The lepidolite and the turquoise. And that's really all that I have time for, because I don't want to take a lot of time out of your next reading. So I still want it to be long enough for them to come in with their information. Okay, so the monk. Thank you very much for allowing me to do this reading for you. And I look forward to the next one. Thank you. Namaste.